Greetings, YouTube. Welcome to the kingdom. Today we are going to be going over Frozen Fury and what this means for a free-to-play player, whether or not you need to grind or pass. Alright, give me a moment. I'm going to be bringing up a few details I wanted to look over. And with that said, let's jump right into it. Now, I will be having a stream later on tonight, continuing my Castle Crusher series, as well as a grind session as well. Now, what this event means to us as free-to-play players. We all know the tokens. You know, if this event has no interest to you, the place that you should probably stop off, if you're not going to be grinding hard this weekend, is the 1500 Frost token. As you go up, you know, it's not really worth the gems just to gem up to this point. Now, what I'm going to be doing this event, and what makes it so enticing, because I'm planning on completing the whole thing. As we all know, this is about the relics. The two titans that we have here are Nexus and Krothos, and I already have both of them, although the Krothos does have new skills. We're going to discuss him in a moment. The relics that we're really looking at are Frostbow and Icehammer, are two old relics that have been renewed. You have those, not a big deal. Nexus, nice Frost Assassin, but there's better out there. Snow Boots, you know, they're decent relics moving forward, but, you know, nothing to write home about. And then we come to what I would say is the core relics in this event. Frost Fist, as far as I know, has only been offered once, and that was a long time ago. Frost Fist gives Ice Resist to the Titan, Armor to the Titan, and Armor to Imperials. Ice Cuirass gives Ice Resist to the Titan, Health to the Titan, and Armor to the Titan. Now, I am incredibly excited about the Ice Cuirass, because for Ice Resistance, there is no other relic like this. Jim Kramer, welcome to the stream. I missed this during the Theros event. If I had known about the AI changes, I would have probably completed the Theros event, just because the relics were so good. But the relics were at the 24,000 mark, and that is a lot of grinding. Ron, it's good to have you here. Luckily, this time around, they are offered at 15,000 mark and 14,000 mark. Now, as we go forward, we've got the Ice Gauntlets as well. These Ice Gauntlets are flippin' amazing. Now, I am currently on the unofficial DOT guide. I'm sure we all have come to know and love those, or know and love that. The Ice Gauntlet gives ice damage to the Titan, Imperial Armor, and Imperial Critical. If you're Krothos, or previous Krothos, or if you're Italis or Vivixia are lacking critical, this is an item that you absolutely need. Alright. Now, Ice Gauntlets are great. And then the Ice Helm is actually really good as well. I'm going to go ahead and bring up what it actually does. And we're talking about ice damage to the Titan, Imperial's health, and Imperial damage. It's basically the equivalent of the Poison Plague for the Panthers. And so it is a must-have in any item collection. These items haven't been released in the past with the exception of the Theros event, and I will be picking them up. Now, I will add a caveat to this that I haven't heard really spoken of too much in the analyses that people have given out, and that is this Krothos. This Krothos is unique. Let me go and bring up a better picture of this. This Krothos comes with set skills. Unlike other Titans that we have had in the game, this one, to me, is sort of like a pseudo-relic himself. because you know exactly what you're getting before you get him. Now, he would not have been that enticing for me if he had these skills and they were normal skills. But we're talking about X skills for both Imperials and Grenadiers. And we all know that the X skills are the overpowered skills. Now, I do not believe that... I think the developers put these skills on Krothos because they know he's not really going to be a huge factor in the late game. As Alon was saying earlier, he's going to be a land defender that's designed to get you the most out of the resources. But it's interesting to notice that if they start making Titans that their skills are known beforehand, the amount of theory crafting and relics relics are going to become that much more important because it's no longer a crapshoot on whether or not your Titan's going to be good. You're going to have something pretty set. Skills, I mean, you really can't go wrong. Imperials are phenomenal, and when I'm thinking about if I were to equip out this Krothos with a set of items, all I'd have to do is go here, and the amount of armor items that you're going to be able to give Imperials is ridiculous. If you choose to go that route, because Frost Fist will give them armor. Ice Cuirass is going to give them, the damage, or Ice Gauntlets are going to give them the damage, and Ice Helm is going to give them the health, and Frost Boots is going to give them health. So you could legitimately have some pretty beefy Imperials that are going to... Oh, welcome, Zalon. You could legitimately have Imperials that are going to be able to take several shots while your Grenadiers rain down fire and fury from the back line. And since you have guaranteed damage and armor-piercing skills, those Imperials are going to be freaking scary. Now, I don't necessarily think this is the best Titan to have these skills on. The only way I can really see this guy being a game changer in and of himself, the Titan, is if you have the 5-star Berserker Relic that allows you to absorb that range damage while your own units just obliterate everybody else. And so keep a lookout in future events for Titans that they give these guaranteed skills for, because the only other thing in this game that has guaranteed skills are the relics that I promote so highly. Yeah, Jim, these relics make the grind worth it for me. These are relics that have the potential to be game-changing on the right Titans. Now, what I look at in regards to relics priority, as you guys know, troop buffing relics is where this game is going. And so the flat troop buffing relics have already been made. And so the other relics that we're going to be picking up from here on out are going to be accessory relics. The Ice Cuirass that we see right here is going to be great when you're attacking, because it's your way to automatically give your Titan that buff, the buffs that he needs to really survive against, Italices and things like that. But on defense, it's sad to say that relics like this aren't going to be as viable in the near future. Not at the late game. And that's just because, since it is a troop-based game currently, these items that buff Titan are very limiting in their scope, because you're only buffing one unit. Oh my gosh. Okay, I am excited to see that after show, Zalon, where you go over all the new relics in the Pantheon, because I have been saving my Titans, and what I saw on the live stream today was some amazing relics. And it goes back to my leveling Titans for events. I no longer regret it. It's actually been a great decision. Oh, he already has some on the database? I'm going to have to check those out. But yeah, I mean, the future of this game is going to be in relics like this. The Ice Gauntlets, the Ice Helms. Those gauntlets that will give your Titan buffing, your Titan that buffs your troops, the extra oomph he needs to push the troops to the next level. And that's what the Ice Gauntlet, and even if Imperials are not in the best place now, as metas change and shift, these will be cornerstones that you are going to use on your Titans at in-game. Now, I've never been this excited about an invent relics before, just because there's so many of them in here. And since I only have one Frostbow, I mean, I'm basically getting 5 relics out of this, as well as all the relics I need to upgrade 2 or 3 of these items this weekend. So my free-to-play analysis of this is the relics are phenomenal. Go for it. If you are saving for Odin and you don't think you'll have enough to last 2 weeks, since we're not getting them next week, then you're going to have to make your choice. But that's the free-to-play player mind frame. You choose which events are going to be best for you. I choose this event because the relics are going to be far outlasting any Titans that I pick up. And Krothos is a very interesting Titan in the sense that guaranteed 5 skills. I'm going to call him a mini relic. The only downfall to him is I can't equip him to another Titan himself. Alright, so this aside, if the leadership in my alliance sees this video, I'm just going to go ahead and vote that we get top 51 to 100. I do not need another Nexus, and I would love an Orb of Justice. These orbs, whenever you can pick them up, guys. Because while it's nice to have armor and other relics of that nature, these orbs, in the same sense, are game-changing items. And from what I saw of those legendary relics that we're going to get from the Pantheon, they're the same way. So start stacking up on these things, because it's going to allow the combinations you could put on the right Titans to really expand. And those combinations is what's going to get you greens on defense. Now, the strange thing about what I've said today is, back when this game first began... Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to definitely... You guys know what I'm going to be voting for. Something like the Ice Cuirass. I mean, there was one time that relics like this were actually printed. Back when this game first started, the Fire Ruby did exactly what the Ice Cuirass did, except for fire. Since then, they had to nerf it. That's right, they nerfed the Fire Ruby to where it no longer gave health to the Titan, but it gave armor to the Grenadiers. And so the fact that they're bringing this back lets me know that the scaling in the game has reached a point where the developers think we can handle items like this moving forward. And I think that just has to do with the transition to troop buffing, or troops being the main focus. But I couldn't wait till tonight to share this with you guys, because the Late Night King had to invade to give you this analysis. Plus tonight I'm going to be doing a long stream for those that are going to be grinding. I'm going to be grinding out this as far as I can. My goal today, as I'm working on my side business, is to try to get to between 6,000 and 7,000 souls. Straight grind. And if I can get there, then it'll make the other days a lot easier. And since I'm off for the weekend, that makes things easier as well. As you can see, I am already up to the Frost token, 1677. Josh, it is good to see you. And yeah, once again, while I will be completing the event as a free-to-play player, I think this is an event that is going to be very hard to pass up, just because the rewards are at the highest level that you can get. And they're not those crappy relics that, no offense, give extra spells in battle. These are just hard stat buffing relics. Must in any collection. Alright. Wow. Josh, congratulations. 6K already. Free to play. I am so happy to be to hear that other people are taking the free to play route, because while it is a little bit more time intensive, there are so many benefits that come along with it. I'm going to try to complete this without using any tokens. I am at 21 tokens. I have extra time this weekend, so I'm going to grind it out. If Odin drops on a bad weekend for me, you know, these tokens are just going to be used to get him as quickly as possible. And as I said in the past, I use these tokens specifically for the events that I don't have the time to do. And I'll save them up from event to event. Now, the good thing about being a free-to-play player is the more events you complete, the more you're going to see repeats in relics as well as other rewards in it. And you'll know which events that you can pass on. This is just an event that I can't pass on. But if you guys do choose to pass, once again, what you're really looking for, it's a, let me make sure, basically a 4-day event. If you're just going to do the normal Portal Stone grind, you can easily get to the 1500 mark. And then you can stop there. Now, if you had a little bit of time to grind, I guess the 4500 isn't that bad, but you will have a slight net loss in gems, but you would pick up these 4 additional items before the Frost token. I also think that it is worth it to start picking up these 3-star Titans that are in these events. 1, because they're pre-leveled, and 2, because they are pre-leveled, they are going to make a great addition to your Pantheon and unlocking the additional relics that are going to matter for you. So keep that in mind as you look at these Titans that you would otherwise pass over. They're going to play a key in unlocking those legendary relics. Now, with that said, that is the end of my little analysis here. Take this, take it to the bank. Complete this if you can. If you can't, hope that events like this continue to happen where the relics are worth your time investment. With that said, thank you for visiting the kingdom. And as always, the Late Night King is signing off.